Hello there, and welcome to the Dreamy Ocean Channel. Maybe today asked much of you, perhaps your mind has been a whirl of thoughts and tasks, or your body feels the gentle weight of a long day's journey. Now, let us soften that intensity, allowing the noise of the world to recede into a distant hum. Feel your shoulders gently drop, release the subtle clench from your jaw, and let your breath flow in and out with a quiet, steady rhythm. Tonight, we turn our attention to the deep, swirling currents of Africa, where a creature of ancient power, the Goliath Tigerfish, reigns with a formidable, silent grace, a true marvel sculpted by the wild. Its very presence is a profound whisper from the heart of the untamed, inviting us to contemplate the incredible adaptations hidden beneath the water's surface. Allow your consciousness to drift gently into these mysterious flowing depths. Introduction to the Goliath Tigerfish. The vast emerald heart of Africa beats with a rhythm as old as time itself, a pulse that resonates through colossal trees and ancient rock formations, eventually converging into one magnificent winding artery, the Congo River Basin. It is a realm of profound silent power, where the air hangs heavy with the scent of damp earth and verdant growth, and the sun, when it manages to pierce the dense canopy, casts shimmering, ethereal shafts of light into the humid depths below. Here, the river itself is not merely a channel of flowing water. It is a living, breathing entity, a liquid landscape of immense proportions, carving its path through geological eons, carrying with it the secrets of a primal world. Its waters often stained a deep, earthy ochre by the rich sediment of the continent flow, with an unstoppable force, a slow, deliberate strength that whispers of untold stories and unseen lives. Within these colossal flowing currents, where the visibility can often dwindle to mere inches, a creature of legend, an undisputed sovereign of the depths, makes its silent, formidable presence known. It is a being forged in the crucible of evolution, a living relic that commands respect and ignites a quiet awe, the Goliath Tigerfish. Imagine, if you will, a vast, powerful shadow detaching itself from the riverbed, rising with an almost imperceptible shift in the water, its form gradually coalescing from the murky canvas. Its body, an elongated muscular torpedo, is sheathed in scales that shimmer with an iridescent, silvery blue hue, sometimes catching the faintest hint of a golden glint when a stray beam of light manages to filter through the dense aquatic environment. Each scale, a small, overlapping shield, contributes to the hydrodynamic perfection of its form, allowing it to cleave through the water with an efficiency that speaks of countless generations of natural selection. The sheer scale of this creature is often the first thing that whispers into the mind, even before its most iconic feature comes into full, startling focus. A fully grown Goliath tigerfish can stretch to lengths exceeding 1.5 meters, a formidable mass of muscle and bone that can weigh more than 50 kilograms. To encounter such a behemoth in the confined, flowing corridors of the river is to truly comprehend the raw, untamed power that still thrives in the wild heart of our planet. Its fins, broad and powerful, are often tinged with a reddish-orange hue, contrasting strikingly with its metallic body. The caudal fin, deeply forked and immensely strong, is the primary engine of its propulsion, capable of delivering explosive bursts of speed that belie its often calm, gliding movements. The dorsal fin, tall and rigid, acts as a stabilizer, guiding its massive form with unwavering precision through the complex currents, while the pectoral and pelvic fins provide subtle steering and balance, allowing it to hold its position with effortless grace, even in the most turbulent stretches of the river. but it is the mouth a true marvel of predatory design that truly defines the Goliath Tigerfish and cements its reputation as an apex predator of the freshwater realm. As the creature slowly turns, revealing its head, the jawline becomes apparent, a powerful, robust structure designed for maximum impact and an unyielding grip. Within this formidable maw, a series of colossal dagger-like teeth are meticulously arranged, each one a gleaming razor-sharp instrument of capture. There are often around 32 of these teeth, 16 in the upper jaw and 16 in the lower, each perfectly interlocking when the mouth closes, creating a cage of bone and enamel from which escape is virtually impossible. These aren't merely pointed projections, they are conical, deeply rooted, and designed to pierce tear and hold onto struggling prey with an astonishing tenacity. The sheer length of some of these teeth can reach several centimeters, protruding from the robust gums like ancient polished ivory, honed over millennia for a singular deadly purpose. The eyes of the Goliath tigerfish are often described as ancient cold and unblinking pools of deep dark amber or obsidian that seem to hold the secrets of the river itself. Positioned slightly forward on its head, they grant it excellent binocular vision, crucial for accurately judging distances and tracking prey in the often turbid waters. These eyes, though perhaps not as complex as those of some terrestrial hunters, are perfectly adapted to perceive movement contrast and subtle shifts in light within its aquatic domain, allowing it to navigate the intricate submerged landscapes and detect even the most fleeting disturbance in the water column. There is a primal intelligence that seems to reside within their depths, a silent watchfulness that has witnessed the ebb and flow of countless seasons, the rise and fall of countless lives in its ancient riverine kingdom. The scientific community has bestowed upon this magnificent creature the name Hydrocynus Goliath. Each part of this designation carries its own weight of meaning, painting a vivid picture of its nature. The genus name Hydrocynus is derived from ancient Greek, combining hydro meaning water with cynus meaning dog or hound. Thus, Hydrocynus translates to water dog or water hound, an evocative descriptor that perfectly captures its relentless predatory hunting style and its unwavering pursuit of prey through its liquid environment. The species epithet, Goliath, is a direct reference to the biblical giant, a name chosen to underscore the fish's immense size, its formidable strength, and its undisputed dominance within its ecosystem. It is a name that resonates with power and majesty, a fitting tribute to a creature that stands as a true titan of the freshwater world. The popular moniker tigerfish further adds to its mystique, drawing parallels to the striped terrestrial predators of the jungle. While the Goliath tigerfish does not possess the same vivid striped patterns as its namesake, its reputation for ferocity, its lightning-fast strikes, and its position at the apex of its food chain echo the hunting prowess of the land-dwelling tiger. Some individuals may exhibit subtle vertical banding or darker markings along their flanks, especially when young, which might have contributed to the tiger association. More profoundly, however, it is the spirit of the tiger, the patient wait, the explosive ambush, the absolute efficiency of the kill, that truly aligns with the nature of Hydrocynus Goliath. This magnificent predator thrives predominantly within the expansive and intricate network of the Congo River system, including its vast array of tributaries, lakes, and floodplains. Its preferred habitats are often characterized by strong currents, deep pools, and areas with abundant submerged vegetation or rocky outcrops, which provide both ambush points and shelter. It is a creature intimately connected to the flow and health of these waters, relying on the rich biodiversity that the Congo supports to sustain its formidable existence. The ecosystem it inhabits is a vibrant, dynamic tapestry of life, from microscopic organisms to vast schools of smaller fish and even larger aquatic fauna. In this complex, interconnected world, the Goliath tigerfish occupies a critical role, acting as a natural regulator, preventing overpopulation of certain species and contributing to the overall balance and health of the riverine environment. The precise movements of the Goliath tigerfish are often a study in controlled power. It does not waste energy, instead gliding with an almost hypnotic serenity, its massive body cutting through the water with minimal resistance. One might imagine the subtle pressure waves it creates radiating outwards from its powerful form, a silent declaration of its presence to the other inhabitants of the deep. Its senses are finely tuned to this underwater world, the lateral line system. A series of specialized pores running along its flanks detects minute vibrations and changes in water pressure, allowing it to perceive the movements of distant prey or potential threats long before they are visible. Its olfactory senses, though less studied, are also believed to be highly developed, enabling it to detect chemical cues in the water, perhaps leading it towards food sources or away from danger. Despite its fearsome reputation and prominent place in local folklore, the Goliath tigerfish remains in many ways an elusive enigma. The sheer vastness and often challenging conditions of its habitat make it difficult to study extensively in the wild. Much of its life cycle, its precise migratory patterns, and the full extent of its social behaviors remain veiled in the murky depths of the Congo, awaiting further scientific exploration. Each glimpse, each confirmed sighting offers another precious piece to the grand puzzle of its existence, slowly revealing the intricate dance of life and survival that plays out beneath the surface of one of Earth's most powerful rivers. To comprehend the Goliath tigerfish is to understand a fundamental aspect of the wild, untamed spirit of Africa. It is a creature that embodies the raw, ancient power of its environment, a living testament to the enduring forces of nature that continue to shape and define our world. As we allow our minds to gently explore the depths where this magnificent predator resides, we begin to appreciate not just its physical prowess, but also the profound, delicate balance of the ecosystems it inhabits and the enduring mysteries that still whisper from the heart of the wild. This journey into its world is a slow, quiet descent into a realm where nature's design is both formidable and exquisitely beautiful, inviting us to contemplate the wonders that lie hidden beneath the surface, waiting for the patient observer. Evolutionary journey and classification. To truly comprehend the majestic Goliath tigerfish, to understand the formidable architecture of its form and the ancient wisdom in its unblinking eyes, one must journey backward through the deep currents of time itself. We must descend into the vast, silent archives of Earth's geological past, where the slow, relentless forces of evolution have sculpted life into its myriad expressions. The story of Hydrocynus Goliath is not merely one of an individual predator, but a profound narrative interwoven with the very fabric of vertebrate evolution, a lineage stretching back through hundreds of millions of years into the primordial waters where the first finned creatures stirred. Our exploration begins not with a single species, but with a grand order of fish known as the Cariciformes. This diverse assembly, encompassing over 2,000 species, represents a significant branch on the tree of life, a group that includes familiar names, such as Tetras parku, and perhaps most famously, the piranhas of South America. The Cariciforms are a truly ancient lineage, their fossil record whispering of origins that extend back to the Cretaceous period, a time when colossal dinosaurs still roamed the Earth. Imagine the planet then a world of different continents, different climates, and vastly different river systems. These early Cariciforms were already beginning to diversify, slowly adapting to the freshwater environments that would become their ancestral homes. One of the defining characteristics that links all members of the Cariciforms, a subtle yet profound evolutionary signature, is the presence of an adipose fin. This small, fleshy fin, lacking fin rays, is positioned between the dorsal fin and the caudal fin, a soft, almost ethereal appendage that serves as a quiet testament to their shared ancestry. It is a feature that, though seemingly minor, speaks volumes about the deep genetic connections that bind this expansive order, from the smallest jewel-toned tetra darting through the Amazonian streams to the colossal tooth-lined form of the Goliath Tigerfish prowling the depths of the Congo. Another unifying trait, and one that resonates deeply with our subject, is the presence of teeth within the mouth. Unlike many other fish groups that rely on crushing plates or gill rakers, Cariciformes are typically equipped with distinct, often formidable teeth. This anatomical predisposition for a predatory lifestyle for seizing and tearing was a foundational innovation that would be refined and specialized over countless generations, culminating in the awe-inspiring dentition of the Goliath tigerfish. The geographical distribution of Cariciforms is itself a fascinating chapter in this evolutionary tale. They are found predominantly in the freshwaters of two great continents, South America and Africa. This seemingly disparate distribution is not a coincidence, but a powerful echo of ancient geological events. Many millions of years ago, these two land masses were conjoined part of the supercontinent Gondwana. As Gondwana slowly, inexorably fractured and drifted apart, propelled by the relentless forces of plate tectonics, the ancestral Cariciformes populations were separated. Over vast expanses of time, isolated by the burgeoning Atlantic Ocean, these populations continued their independent evolutionary journeys, adapting to their new, distinct environments, yet retaining the deep genetic blueprint of their shared heritage. It is a profound illustration of how the very architecture of our planet has shaped the course of life. Within the African branch of the Cariciformes, our focus narrows to a specific family, the Alastidae. This family is exclusively found in Africa, a testament to the continent's unique evolutionary narrative. The Alastidae, often referred to as African tetras or African characins, comprise a diverse group of fish, ranging from small schooling species to larger solitary predators. They share the adipose fin and the general tooth structure of their cariciform relatives, but within this family, a distinct lineage began to emerge, one that would push the boundaries of predatory specialization. It is within the Alastidae that we find the genus Hydrocynus, the water dogs, or waterhounds, that so aptly describe their predatory nature. This genus, to which the Goliath tigerfish belongs, represents the pinnacle of piscivorous adaptation within the African Cariciforms. There are several species within the Hydrocynus genus, each a formidable hunter in its own right, inhabiting various river systems across Africa. We have, for instance, Hydrocynus vittatus, the common tigerfish found widely across Central and Southern Africa, a smaller but equally ferocious predator. There is also Hydrocynus forscahli, often seen in the Nile, and Hydrocynus brevis, known for its distinctive deep body. Each of these species, while sharing the characteristic predatory teeth and streamlined body, occupies its own ecological niche, a subtle variation on the theme of the aquatic hunter. But it is Hydrocynus Goliath that truly embodies the extreme end of this evolutionary trajectory. Its sheer size, its colossal teeth, and its immense power are not random occurrences but the result of millions of years of intense selective pressure within the unique, rich, and often challenging environment of the Congo River system. Scientists theorize that the ancestors of Hydrocynus Goliath found themselves in an environment where larger prey was abundant and where the ability to grow to exceptional sizes offered a significant advantage. The immense flow and depth of the Congo, its vastness and biodiversity provided the perfect crucible for the evolution of an apex predator on such a grand scale. Consider the development of its teeth. The ancestral forms would have possessed teeth perhaps smaller, less specialized. But in an environment where speed and power were paramount for capturing rapidly moving fish or for tackling larger, more robust prey, any genetic variation that led to longer, sharper, more robust teeth would have conferred a significant survival advantage. Those individuals with slightly larger, more piercing teeth would have been more successful hunters, more likely to survive, reproduce, and pass on their advantageous traits. Over countless generations through the slow, relentless grinding of natural selection, these teeth would have been refined into the formidable, interlocking daggers we observe today, each one a testament to an unbroken chain of successful predation. Similarly, the evolution of its torpedo-shaped body, its powerful caudal fin, and its muscular physique are all adaptations for explosive speed and sustained pursuit. In the vast open waters of the Congo, the ability to accelerate rapidly from a stationary position, to chase down fleeing prey, and to withstand the powerful currents would have been critical. The more streamlined the body, the more powerful the tail, the more efficient the hunter. It is a masterpiece of hydrodynamic engineering sculpted by the invisible hand of natural selection, honed to perfection for life in a fast-flowing predatory world. The relationship between the Goliath Tigerfish and the piranhas of South America offers a fascinating insight into the concept of convergent evolution. Despite belonging to the same ancient order Characiformes, and sharing a common distant ancestor from Gondwanan times, their specific predatory forms evolved independently on separate continents. Both groups developed formidable teeth and a highly specialized carnivorous diet, adapting to similar ecological roles in their respective river systems. Yet their lineages diverged long ago, with the Alistidae evolving in Africa and the Cerasalmidae, the family of piranhas, and Pacu, evolving in South America. This means that while they look superficially similar in their predatory aspects, their shared traits arose not from a recent common ancestor, but from similar environmental pressures driving similar evolutionary solutions. A powerful illustration of nature's elegant problem-solving capabilities. The fossil record for freshwater fish, particularly in tropical regions, can often be sparse and incomplete, due to the geological processes and acidic conditions that hinder preservation. However, paleontological discoveries, though rare, do offer glimpses into the ancestral forms of Characiformes and Alistidae, providing crucial pieces of the puzzle. Scientists continue to unearth and analyze these ancient remains, carefully piecing together the evolutionary pathways that led to the modern diversity of these fish. More recently advanced genetic sequencing techniques have provided an even more powerful tool. By analyzing the DNA of modern Hydrocynus species and their relatives, scientists can construct detailed phylogenetic trees mapping out their precise relationships and estimating the timings of their evolutionary divergences. These molecular clocks, calibrated against geological events and fossil evidence, provide a deeper, more nuanced understanding of when and how Hydrocynus Goliath came to be the magnificent creature it is today. Thus, The Goliath Tigerfish is not merely a fish, it is a living chronicle, a testament to the immense power of evolution, a creature whose very scales and teeth whisper stories of ancient continents, shifting rivers, and the relentless creative force of natural selection. It is a profound reminder that beneath the surface of our world, life continues its slow, deliberate dance of adaptation, constantly refining, constantly evolving against the backdrop of geological time. To trace its lineage is to feel the slow, steady pulse of deep time, a comforting rhythm that invites the mind to drift and contemplate the grand, unfolding narrative of life on Earth. The formidable structure of the Goliath Tigerfish. As the echoes of its ancient lineage gently recede into the vastness of evolutionary time, our attention now draws inward, focusing upon the living architecture of the Goliath Tigerfish itself. Each curve, each fin, each formidable tooth is not merely a biological component, but a meticulously sculpted masterpiece of natural engineering, honed over countless millennia for a singular, dominant purpose: to thrive as an apex predator in the challenging, dynamic world of Africa's great rivers. To dissect its form is to embark upon a quiet, deliberate journey through a living blueprint of power and precision. Let us begin with its overall silhouette, a shape that speaks volumes of its life in motion. The body of the Goliath Tigerfish is a perfect hydrofoil, a long, robust torpedo, tapering gracefully from its broad, powerful shoulders towards a deeply forked, muscular tail. This streamlined design is the ultimate expression of efficiency in water, allowing it to cleave through even the strongest currents with minimal resistance, a silent silver arrow propelled by an unseen force. The skin, covered in ganoid scales, possesses a remarkable texture. Each scale is a hard rhomboid plate, interlocking with its neighbors to form a flexible yet incredibly tough armor. These scales, often shimmering with a metallic silvery blue sheen, can sometimes reveal subtle hints of olive or grey, an understated camouflage against the shifting light and shadow of the riverbed. This protective plating is not merely aesthetic. It provides a formidable defense against the scrapes and impacts of its environment, and perhaps even against the retaliatory struggles of its powerful prey. Moving towards the head, one observes a structure of immense solidity and purpose. The skull is robust, heavily ossified, designed to withstand the tremendous forces generated during a high-speed strike and the subsequent violent struggles of captured prey. The snout is relatively short and blunt, yet beneath this seemingly unassuming exterior lies a complex array of sensory pores and canals, part of its sophisticated lateral line system. These minute openings, almost imperceptible to the casual glance, are crucial conduits to its aquatic world, allowing the fish to detect the faintest pressure, changes, the most subtle vibrations in the water long before a visual cue is available. It is through these silent whispers of the current that the Goliath Tigerfish perceives the approach of prey. The presence of obstacles or the presence of rival predators navigating its murky domain with an almost supernatural awareness. The eyes positioned laterally on either side of its head are large and prominent, often appearing as deep, unblinking pools of dark amber or obsidian. While not possessing the intricate color vision of some terrestrial animals, these eyes are exquisitely adapted for perceiving movement and contrast in the often turbid waters of the Congo. They are capable of gathering what little light penetrates the dense canopy, and the sediment-laden depths, allowing the fish to operate effectively even in dim conditions. The forward-facing orientation provides a degree of binocular vision, a critical advantage for precisely judging distances before launching a strike, ensuring that its formidable jaws connect with lethal accuracy. There is a primal intensity in their gaze, a quiet, ancient watchfulness that has witnessed untold cycles of life and death in its watery kingdom. Now let us turn to the feature that defines the Goliath Tigerfish more than any other, its mouth and the breathtaking array of teeth it contains. The jaws themselves are a study in powerful mechanics. They are broad, deep, and heavily muscled, capable of opening to an astonishing gape, allowing the fish to engulf substantial portions of its prey. The musculature surrounding the jaw hinge is exceptionally developed, providing the crushing force necessary to hold struggling victims firmly in place. Within this robust framework, typically 16 teeth are set into the upper jaw and another 16 into the lower, making for a total of approximately 32 individual instruments of capture. These are not merely pointed teeth. They are conical, deeply rooted, and strikingly prominent, often measuring several centimeters in length, especially the canines. Each tooth is a perfectly honed dagger, polished to a gleaming ivory-like sharpness. What truly sets them apart, however, is their interlocking mechanism. When the Goliath tigerfish closes its mouth, the teeth in the upper jaw fit precisely into the spaces between the teeth in the lower jaw, creating a formidable, inescapable cage. This arrangement ensures that once prey is seized, it is not merely held, but impaled and secured, preventing any chance of escape, even from the most violent thrashing. The teeth are not designed for chewing or grinding. Their purpose is singular: to pierce, to hold, and to tear. Scientists also theorize that the Goliath tigerfish exhibits a continuous tooth replacement process, much like sharks, ensuring that any lost or damaged teeth are quickly replaced by new, sharp ones, maintaining its predatory efficiency throughout its long life. Beneath the fearsome dentition, the powerful gill arches are positioned, protected by robust opercula. These gills, with their intricately folded lamellae, are highly efficient oxygen extractors, vital for sustaining the high metabolic rate of an active predator in often warm, oxygen-variable waters. The constant rhythmic movement of the opercula, drawing water over the gill filaments, is a subtle reminder of the ceaseless physiological processes that underpin its formidable existence. The fins of the Goliath tigerfish are each specialized for their distinct roles in propulsion, steering, and stability. The most powerful of these is the caudal fin, or tail fin. It is deeply forked, forming two broad, stiff lobes, and is supported by exceptionally strong fin rays. This is the primary engine of the fish, capable of generating immense thrust for explosive bursts of speed, essential for ambushing prey or escaping danger. The musculature leading to the caudal fin is incredibly dense and powerful, allowing for the rapid, oscillating movements that propel its massive body through the water with such force. The dorsal fin, positioned high on its back, is tall and rigid, acting as a crucial stabilizer, preventing unwanted rolling motions, especially during high-speed maneuvers. Its placement ensures a steady, level trajectory. Further along the underside, the paired pectoral fins located just behind the gill covers are broad and paddle-like. These are the fish's primary steering mechanisms, allowing for precise turns, subtle adjustments in direction, and even serving as brakes when spread wide. The paired pelvic fins, situated further back on the bellywork, in conjunction with the pectoral fins, to provide additional stability and fine-tuning for its movements, enabling the fish to hold its position effortlessly in complex currents or hover almost motionless before a strike. Finally, the small, fleshy adipose fin, a vestigial echo of its ancient cariciform lineage, sits between the dorsal and caudal fins. While its precise function in Hydrocynus goliath is not fully understood, it is believed by some scientists to play a minor role in stability. or perhaps even sensory perception acting as a subtle hydrodynamic sensor. The internal musculature of the Goliath tigerfish is a testament to its athletic prowess. Its body is packed with dense, powerful red muscle fibers, particularly along its flanks and tail. Red muscle is rich in myoglobin and mitochondria, allowing for sustained aerobic activity, which is crucial for cruising long distances and maintaining its position in strong river currents. Interspersed with this are powerful white muscle fibers optimized for short, explosive bursts of speed, providing the incredible acceleration needed for its ambush attacks. This dual-fiber system allows the Goliath tigerfish to be both a tireless cruiser and a lightning-fast sprinter, a truly versatile hunter. The skeletal structure beneath this powerful musculature is equally robust. Its spine is strong and flexible, capable of transmitting the immense forces generated by its caudal fin throughout its body. The vertebral column provides the central axis of its power, while the ribs offer protection to its vital internal organs. The fin rays, particularly in the caudal and dorsal fins, are thick and resilient, designed to withstand the stresses of high-speed movement and the impact of collisions with prey. Even its internal organs are adapted for its predatory lifestyle. Its digestive system is designed to process large, often whole prey items with powerful stomach acids and enzymes to break down bone and flesh efficiently. Its heart, a strong, four-chambered organ, pumps oxygenated blood efficiently throughout its massive body, sustaining its high energy demands. In essence, every single anatomical detail of the Goliath tigerfish, from the subtle shimmer of its scales to the terrifying precision of its interlocking teeth, from the hydrodynamic perfection of its body to the powerful mechanics of its fins, is a finely tuned instrument in the grand orchestra of predation. It is a creature built for power, speed, and efficiency, a living testament to the relentless creative forces of natural selection that have sculpted it into the undisputed monarch of the Congo's depths. To contemplate this intricate design is to feel a quiet sense of wonder, a profound appreciation for the beauty and brutality of nature's relentless pursuit of perfection, slowly inviting the mind to drift further into the quiet contemplation of its magnificent form. Habitat and geographical distribution. The magnificent anatomy of the Goliath tigerfish, a testament to evolutionary perfection, is inextricably bound to the colossal, vibrant world it inhabits. To truly understand this formidable predator, we must allow our minds to drift across the vast emerald expanse of Central Africa, descending gently into the very heart of the continent's liquid landscape, the immense and ancient Congo River Basin. This is not merely a river system. It is a breathing, pulsating entity, a vast network of flowing arteries and veins that collectively form the second largest river. By discharge volume on Earth, a colossal hydrological engine that shapes the very land around it. Imagine, if you will, the sheer scale of this aquatic realm. The Congo River Basin stretches across hundreds of thousands of square kilometers, a labyrinthine tapestry of main channels, winding tributaries, tranquil lakes, and expansive, seasonally flooded plains. The air here often hangs heavy thick with the scent of damp earth, decaying leaves, and the sweet, musky perfume of tropical blooms, all mingling with the clean mineral tang of fresh water. Sunlight, when it manages to pierce the dense, towering canopy of the surrounding rainforest, filters down in shimmering, fractured columns, dappling the water's surface in shifting patterns of gold and emerald, creating an ethereal, almost dreamlike quality beneath the surface. Yet much of the river's depths remain shrouded in a perpetual twilight, a world of muted colors and subtle movements, where visibility can often be limited by the fine, silty sediment carried downstream, lending the water its mysterious, earthy opacity. Within this immense basin, the Goliath Tigerfish, Hydrocynus Goliath, finds its primary, most robust strongholds. It is a creature intrinsically tied to the powerful flow and profound depths of the main Congo River itself, particularly in the middle and lower reaches where the river carves its path through ancient geological formations, creating a mosaic of diverse aquatic environments. These preferred habitats are often characterized by strong, relentless currents that pull with an unseen strength, carving out deep subterranean canyons beneath the surface. Here, in these vast, dark corridors of flowing water, the Goliath tigerfish can often be found holding its position with an effortless grace. Its powerful body perfectly adapted to resist the ceaseless push of the river. Beyond the main channel, its domain extends into the numerous intricate tributaries that feed the colossal river. The Lualaba River, for instance, a significant upper stretch of the Congo, provides extensive habitats, as do other major arteries such as the Ubangi and Kasai rivers. These tributaries, while smaller in scale than the main Congo, still offer substantial flows, deep pools, and diverse underwater structures that are ideal for an apex predator. Scientists believe that the interconnectedness of these waterways is crucial for the tigerfish, allowing for movements between different feeding grounds, breeding areas, and seasonal refuges, ensuring the genetic health and dispersal of its populations. The specific microhabitats within these river systems are also critical to its survival and hunting strategies. While the Goliath tigerfish is renowned for its presence in fast-flowing, oxygen-rich waters, it is not confined solely to the turbulent main channels. It also frequents deep pools and eddies that form along the riverbank's sheltered areas where the current relents, its relentless push offering a temporary reprieve. These calmer zones, often characterized by intricate submerged root systems, fallen trees, or rocky outcrops, provide perfect ambush points. Imagine a colossal shadow, almost imperceptible, holding perfectly still amidst the gnarled roots of an ancient tree, its metallic scales blending seamlessly with the muted tones of the riverbed, waiting with an ancient patience for an unsuspecting school of fish to drift by. Furthermore, the Goliath tigerfish is also found in certain large interconnected lakes within the Congo Basin, such as Lake Tanganyika and Lake Upemba. Lake Tanganyika, one of the oldest and deepest freshwater lakes in the world, offers vast open water environments and deep stratified zones that can sustain large predatory fish. Here, the tigerfish might inhabit the pelagic zones, hunting in the open water, or linger near the rocky shorelines and submerged structures. Lake Upemba, part of the Upemba Depression in southeastern Democratic Republic of Congo, is another significant habitat characterized by its extensive floodplains and a complex network of channels that expand and contract with the seasonal rains. The environmental conditions within these habitats are as diverse as the landscapes themselves. The water temperature typically remains warm, reflecting the tropical climate of Central Africa, often hovering between 24 and 28 degrees Celsius, 75 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Such warmth permeates the very water, creating a consistent thermal environment that supports a rich diversity of aquatic life. Oxygen levels crucial for any fish tend to be high in the fast-flowing sections, allowing the Goliath tigerfish to maintain its high metabolic rate and powerful musculature. However, in calmer, shallower, or highly vegetated areas, oxygen levels can fluctuate, and the tigerfish's ability to seek out well-oxygenated waters is a key survival trait. The pH of the water generally ranges from slightly acidic to neutral, a delicate chemical balance that is vital for the health of the entire ecosystem. The seasonal variations in water levels and current speeds play a profound role in the life cycle and distribution of the Goliath tigerfish. During the wet season, typically from October to May, the skies open, releasing torrents of rain that cause the rivers to swell dramatically. The Congo becomes a colossal liquid beast, its waters rising and spilling over its banks, inundating vast floodplains and creating ephemeral lakes and channels. These newly flooded areas become rich hunting grounds, teeming with smaller fish that move into the shallow, nutrient-rich waters to feed and spawn. For the Goliath tigerfish, these periods represent an abundance of prey and opportunities to expand their hunting territories, a time of immense bounty and strategic movement. Conversely, during the dry season from June to September, the river recedes, exposing ancient banks and concentrating the remaining water into its main channels and permanent pools. Prey fish become more concentrated in these shrinking bodies of water, which can lead to intense competition, but also offers easier hunting for the powerful tigerfish. The currents become more focused, and the fish may congregate in deeper, more stable areas awaiting the return of the life-giving rains. These cyclical changes dictate not only the movements of the tigerfish, but also the availability of food and suitable breeding grounds, demonstrating its deep intrinsic connection to the rhythmic pulse of its natural world. The integrity of these vast river systems is paramount for the continued survival of the Goliath tigerfish. It relies on a pristine, interconnected environment free from significant pollution and habitat fragmentation. Each tributary, each lake, each floodable plain is a vital vein in the larger circulatory system of the Congo Basin, a seamless flowing whole that supports not only the tigerfish, but countless other species that form the intricate web of life. The deep, resonant hum of the river, the subtle interplay of forces that sustain life, all contribute to the perfect environment for this freshwater monarch. To contemplate the vastness and complexity of the Goliath tigerfish's habitat is to feel a quiet sense of awe for the sheer scale and power of the natural world. It is a reminder that in the wild, untamed corners of our planet, ecosystems of immense biodiversity continue to flourish, supporting creatures of such profound strength and beauty. As we allow our minds to wander through these colossal rivers and serene lakes, feeling the gentle pull of the current and the soft murmur of the water, we drift deeper into an understanding of the intricate relationship between a creature and its home, an understanding that invites a peaceful, quiet contemplation of nature's endless wonders. Unraveling its predatory tactics. Having explored the magnificent, powerful architecture of the Goliath tigerfish and the vast, vibrant rivers it calls home, our journey now turns to the very essence of its existence, the art of its predation. To observe even in our mind's eye the hunting tactics of Hydrocynus Goliath is to witness a profound ballet of power and patience, a silent drama playing out in the murky flowing depths of the Congo, a testament to millions of years of evolutionary refinement. Its formidable efficiency is not born of malice, but of the simple, elegant imperative to survive, to fulfill its role as an undisputed apex predator. The primary hunting strategy employed by the Goliath tigerfish is that of the ambush hunter. It is a master of stillness, a colossal shadow that seems to melt into the complex textures of its underwater world. Imagine, if you will, the subtle interplay of light and shadow beneath the surface, where dense, submerged vegetation forms intricate, swaying thickets, or where ancient moss-covered rocks create dark, sheltering crevices. Here, the tigerfish will position itself with an almost uncanny stillness, its massive body held perfectly rigid against the relentless push of the current. Its fins, particularly the pectoral and pelvic pairs, make only the most minute, almost imperceptible adjustments, providing just enough thrust to counteract the water's flow, maintaining its precise location with an effortless grace. This patient, silent watchfulness is not passive. It is a state of heightened sensory awareness. Its large, dark eyes, adapted to perceive the slightest shift in light and movement in the dim, aquatic environment, scan the surrounding water with an unwavering intensity. But perhaps even more crucial in the often turbid waters of the Congo is its sophisticated lateral line system. This remarkable sensory organ, a series of specialized neuromasts embedded in canals along its flanks and head, acts as a living sonar. It detects minute pressure waves and subtle vibrations in the water, allowing the tigerfish to perceive the present size and even the precise direction of movement of other aquatic life long before they come into visual range. A distant school of smaller characins darting nervously through the current might send out faint hydrodynamic signals, a silent whisper through the water that the tigerfish can interpret with astonishing accuracy, even from a considerable distance, allowing it to prepare its strike with preternatural precision. The Goliath tigerfish often favors areas where the current breaks or creates eddies, the lee side of a large submerged boulder, the downstream side of a fallen tree, or within the intricate root systems that dangle into the water from overhanging riverbank flora. These locations offer strategic advantages. They provide shelter from the full force of the current-conserving energy, and they also create natural funnel points where unsuspecting prey fish are often swept or naturally congregate. It is in these strategic positions that the tigerfish waits a coiled spring of muscle and bone, its entire being focused on the precise moment of opportunity. When a suitable prey item, typically another fish, drifts within striking distance, the transformation from motionless observer to explosive hunter is instantaneous and breathtaking. The strike of the Goliath tigerfish is not a slow, deliberate chase, but a sudden, violent burst of speed. Its powerful caudal fin, deeply forked and immensely muscular, delivers an almost unbelievable surge of propulsion. The dense white muscle fibers along its flanks, designed for anaerobic bursts of power, contract with astonishing force, propelling its massive body forward with the acceleration of a launched projectile. The water itself seems to momentarily recoil from its passage, creating a fleeting vacuum in its wake. As it closes the distance, its binocular vision and finely tuned lateral line system work in concert, providing real-time data for a precise trajectory. The jaws, broad and robust, snap open with incredible speed, creating a sudden suction effect that helps to draw the unsuspecting prey into its formidable maw. The moment of impact is often described as a concussive force, a powerful thud that resonates through the water, followed by the terrifying sound of its interlocking teeth sinking deep into flesh and bone. The sheer power of its bite, combined with the razor sharpness and conical shape of its teeth, ensures a devastating grip from which escape is virtually impossible. The teeth are not designed for chewing, but for piercing, tearing, and holding. Once seized, the prey is often quickly subdued through violent headshakes or powerful turns, further impaling it on the formidable dentition before being swallowed whole or in large, torn pieces. The diet of the Goliath tigerfish is predominantly piscivorous, meaning it feeds almost exclusively on other fish. Its preferred prey often includes species that are abundant in the Congo River system, such as smaller characins, various species of cichlids, and other medium-sized river fish. These prey items are typically fast-moving, requiring the tigerfish's explosive speed and precise strike to capture them. However, its opportunistic nature means it will readily consume any fish it can overpower, including larger individuals of other species or even smaller, more vulnerable members of its own kind, a stark reminder of the brutal realities of survival in the wild. While fish form the overwhelming majority of its diet, the legendary accounts of the Goliath tigerfish extend to other, more sensational prey. The most widely circulated and often sensationalized stories involve attacks on crocodiles. It is important to understand that such incidents, while documented, are exceedingly rare and typically involve juvenile or weakened crocodiles. A fully grown, healthy adult crocodile is far too large and well armored for even the largest Goliath tigerfish to tackle successfully. However, a small young crocodile, perhaps separated from its mother or struggling in a current, could certainly become an opportunistic meal for a very large tigerfish. These are not regular dietary items, but rather exceptional instances that underscore the sheer power and opportunistic nature of the predator. Similarly, very small, unwary birds or mammals that venture too close to the water's edge or fall into the river could potentially be seized. Though these occurrences are also highly uncommon and do not represent a significant part of its regular feeding strategy. The hunting success of the Goliath tigerfish is a delicate balance of energy expenditure and reward. Its ambush strategy is energy efficient. It conserves energy by waiting patiently, expending massive amounts of power only in the brief, critical moments of the strike. This efficiency is crucial in a wild environment where every calorie counts. The large schools of prey fish that inhabit the Congo provide ample opportunities, ensuring that its patience is often rewarded. The Goliath tigerfish is generally considered a solitary hunter, especially when fully grown. While younger individuals might occasionally be observed in loose aggregations, the adult tigerfish typically operates independently, patrolling its chosen territory or ambush points alone. This solitary nature is common among apex predators, as it minimizes competition for resources within its immediate vicinity and allows for more effective ambush tactics which rely on stealth and surprise rather than coordinated group efforts. The role of the Goliath tigerfish as an apex predator extends beyond merely feeding itself. It plays a critical ecological role in regulating the populations of other fish species within the Congo River ecosystem. By preying on abundant species, it helps to maintain a healthy balance, preventing overpopulation that could strain resources and degrade habitat quality. Its presence indicates a healthy, robust river system capable of supporting a complex food web. The removal or significant decline of such a top predator can have cascading effects throughout the entire ecosystem, altering the delicate balance of life that has evolved over millennia. Its hunting prowess is a direct consequence of its specialized anatomical adaptations. The streamlined body, the powerful musculature, the acute sensory systems, and the unparalleled dentition all converge to create a creature perfectly engineered for its predatory existence. Each element, from the subtle vibrations it feels through its lateral line to the explosive power generated by its tail, is a finely tuned instrument in the symphony of its survival. As we quietly observe these intricate predatory tactics, we gain a deeper appreciation for the raw, untamed beauty of nature's design. The Goliath tigerfish, with its patient vigil and its explosive strike, reminds us of the profound forces that continually sculpt and refine life in the wild. Its silent, formidable presence in the depths of the Congo is a constant whisper of ancient power, inviting the mind to drift into a peaceful contemplation of the intricate, often brutal, yet always awe-inspiring dance of life and death that unfolds beneath the water's surface, a gentle rhythm that soothes the mind into deeper repose. Prey selection and feeding habits, as the echoes of its patient vigil and explosive strike gently fade, our focus now narrows to the very sustenance that fuels the formidable Goliath Tigerfish. The act of predation, as we've explored, is a finely tuned mechanism, but it is the selection and consumption of prey that truly defines its role within the intricate web of the Congo River system. This is a diet of motion, a relentless pursuit of energy guided by instinct and refined by millions of years of evolutionary pressure. At its core, the Goliath Tigerfish, Hydrocynus goliath, is an obligate piscivore, a creature whose very existence is inextricably linked to the consumption of other fish. Its anatomical design, from the streamlined musculature to the fearsome dentition, is a testament to this singular dietary specialization. It does not graze on vegetation, nor does it sift through the substrate for invertebrates. Its entire being is engineered for the capture and consumption of living, swimming prey. The vast majority of its diet consists of the diverse array of fish species that share its colossal riverine home. Imagine the teeming schools of smaller characins, their silvery scales flashing like scattered jewels beneath the water's surface, darting through the currents. Species such as Alestes, Brycinus, and various smaller Hydrocynus species are common targets. These fish, often schooling in large numbers, represent a readily available and energetically efficient food source. Their abundance ensures that the tigerfish, despite its solitary hunting style, rarely faces a true scarcity of its preferred meals. Beyond these smaller schooling fish, the Goliath tigerfish also preys upon various species of cichlids, particularly those that inhabit the open waters or the fringes of submerged structures. Cichlids, known for their diverse forms and behaviors, provide a consistent, protein-rich food source. The tigerfish's powerful strike allows it to overcome the often deeper bodies and more robust structures of those fish. Scientists also theorize that it might target migratory species, especially during their seasonal movements when large numbers of fish are concentrated in specific channels or bottlenecks, presenting an irresistible opportunity for a powerful ambush predator. Several critical factors influence the Goliath tigerfish's prey selection. The most obvious yet profoundly important is size. While capable of subduing remarkably large prey, the tigerfish generally targets fish that are of a manageable size, large enough to provide a substantial caloric return, but not so large as to present an undue risk or an excessive expenditure of energy during capture. A fish, roughly a quarter to a third of its own body length, is often considered ideal, though opportunistic feeding can lead to exceptions on both ends of the scale. Speed and agility are also paramount considerations. The tigerfish itself is a creature of explosive bursts designed to overtake swift-moving prey. Therefore, its diet largely consists of other active, fast-swimming fish. The slow, bottom-dwelling species, or those protected by heavy armor or spines, are generally avoided as they do not present an efficient or safe hunting proposition. Its own hydrodynamic perfection allows it to match or exceed the speed of its targets, making the chase a swift, decisive affair. The abundance and vulnerability of prey are equally crucial. During the seasonal flood cycles of the Congo Basin, vast areas of floodplain become inundated, creating temporary, nutrient-rich nurseries for countless juvenile fish. As these waters recede, the concentrated fish become more vulnerable, funneled into shrinking channels and pools. For the Goliath tigerfish, these periods represent a time of immense bounty where the energetic cost of hunting is dramatically reduced by the sheer density of available prey. It is a master of exploiting these natural cycles, aligning its feeding habits with the rhythmic pulse of its environment. Similarly, any fish that appears injured, disoriented, or weakened, perhaps struggling against a strong current or suffering from disease, becomes an immediate target, presenting an easy meal that requires minimal effort to subdue. The sophisticated sensory systems of the Goliath tigerfish play an indispensable role in its prey selection. Its large, sharp eyes, though adapted for low light, are crucial for the final visual targeting during the explosive strike. However, it is the lateral line system that often initiates the hunting sequence. Imagine the subtle pressure waves created by a school of fish as they navigate the current, or the distinct irregular vibrations emitted by a struggling, injured individual. These imperceptible whispers through the water are instantly detected by the neuromasts along the tigerfish's flanks, providing it with a detailed three-dimensional map of its aquatic surroundings. It can discern the direction, speed, and even the approximate size of potential prey, allowing it to orient itself perfectly for the ambush even before its eyes can confirm the target. Some scientists also believe that its olfactory senses, though less studied, might contribute to locating prey, detecting subtle chemical cues released by fish in the water. Once a target is selected and the ambush executed, the mechanics of feeding are a testament to the brutal efficiency of its design. The strike is swift, a sudden lunge that propels its massive body forward. The powerful jaws snap open, creating a momentary vacuum that helps to draw the prey in. The interlocking teeth, each a conical dagger, then engage with terrifying precision. These teeth are not designed for chewing or grinding, but for piercing, impaling, and holding. As the jaws clamp shut, the upper teeth fit perfectly into the gaps of the lower teeth, creating an inescapable cage of bone and enamel. The prey is not merely bitten. It is skewered, immobilized by the sheer number and sharpness of the formidable dentition. The act of swallowing large prey is a powerful and deliberate process. The Goliath tigerfish typically attempts to swallow its victims headfirst. This orientation streamlines the prey, allowing its fins and scales to fold flat against its body, facilitating its passage down the tigerfish's throat. Powerful muscles in the throat and esophagus work in concert to engulf the prey, slowly drawing it inward. If the prey is exceptionally large, or if it struggles violently, the tigerfish may engage in powerful head shakes, using its massive head as a lever to tear off large chunks of flesh, or to further impale the victim before consuming it in pieces. The entire process is a demonstration of raw power and anatomical adaptation, ensuring that the captured meal is efficiently processed. Internally, the Goliath tigerfish possesses a robust and highly efficient digestive system, perfectly adapted to its high-protein predatory diet. Its stomach is muscular and highly acidic, designed to rapidly break down flesh, bone, and scales. Powerful digestive enzymes work quickly to extract nutrients from the consumed prey. This rapid digestion is crucial for an active predator that requires a constant influx of energy to sustain its high metabolic rate, its powerful musculature, and its explosive hunting style. The efficiency of its digestive system minimizes the time nutrients spend in the gut, allowing for quicker absorption and utilization by the body. The frequency of its feeding is directly tied to its energy demands and the availability of prey. While a large Goliath tigerfish might not need to feed every single day, especially after consuming a substantial meal, it is a creature that requires a consistent supply of calories to maintain its immense power. Periods of high activity, such as extensive patrols or intense hunting, necessitate more frequent feeding. Conversely, during periods of lower prey availability or reduced activity, it can likely endure for longer stretches between meals, relying on its stored energy reserves. While its primary diet is fish, the legendary tales surrounding the Goliath Tigerfish often include more sensational prey, such as crocodiles, birds, and even small mammals. It is crucial to approach these accounts with scientific discernment. While documented instances of such predation exist, they are exceedingly rare and do not represent a regular or significant part of its diet. When such events occur, they almost invariably involve juvenile or compromised individuals. A very large Goliath tigerfish might opportunistically attack a small, unwary crocodile hatchling or a bird that falls into the water and struggles near the surface. These are instances of extreme opportunism driven by the chance encounter of a vulnerable target rather than a deliberate hunting strategy for such prey. Similarly, while cannibalism on smaller conspecifics members of its own species has been observed in many large predatory fish, it is likely an opportunistic event occurring when smaller tigerfish are unusually vulnerable rather than a regular dietary component. The feeding habits of the Goliath tigerfish have profound ecological implications for the entire Congo River ecosystem. As an apex predator, it plays a vital role in regulating the populations of its prey species. By selectively targeting abundant fish, it helps prevent overpopulation, which could otherwise lead to resource depletion and ecological imbalance. This top-down control helps to maintain the health and diversity of the entire aquatic community. Its presence signifies a robust and thriving river system capable of supporting a complex food web. Without such a powerful predator, the delicate balance of life in the Congo could be significantly altered, leading to cascading effects throughout the food chain. The very essence of the Goliath tigerfish's existence is woven into this intricate dance of consumption and sustenance. Its diet is a reflection of its environment, its adaptations, and its unyielding drive for survival. To contemplate its feeding habits is to witness nature's brutal efficiency, a powerful, silent rhythm that maintains the balance of life in the heart of Africa. As we allow our minds to gently explore these profound connections between predator and prey, the subtle murmur of the river's ceaseless flow becomes a soothing lullaby, inviting a quiet, peaceful drift into deeper contemplation. Reproduction and life cycle. The ceaseless currents of the Congo, having sculpted the formidable hunter and nourished its powerful form, now whisper of a different, equally profound aspect of its existence, the delicate yet resilient cycle of new life. Even for a creature as dominant as the Goliath tigerfish, the journey of reproduction is a testament to nature's enduring will, a quiet, intricate process unfolding beneath the surface, ensuring the continuation of its ancient lineage. As the vast heart of Africa breathes, so too does its colossal river system, expanding and contracting with the rhythmic pulse of the seasons. It is within this grand cyclical transformation that the reproductive imperative of Hydrocynus Goliath finds its primary cue. Scientists theorize that the onset of the wet season, typically commencing around October and extending through May, acts as the most significant environmental trigger for spawning. The skies open, releasing torrents of rain that swell the river, causing its mighty waters to breach their banks and inundate vast expanses of floodplain. These newly flooded areas, rich in nutrients and teeming with burgeoning life, become the freshwater nurseries, the ephemeral cradles for the next generation. Imagine these flooded plains, a mosaic of submerged grasses, partially drowned shrubs, and intricate root systems, all bathed in a shallow, warm embrace of fresh water. These are the believed spawning grounds, providing both shelter and an abundance of microscopic life for the newly hatched young. The rising water levels bring with them a subtle shift in temperature, a gentle decrease in salinity if any minimal estuarine influence exists, and a surge in food availability for all aquatic life, creating the perfect conditions for a successful reproductive event. The subtle changes in water chemistry and the increase in flow rate are also believed to play a role, acting as chemical and physical signals that guide the adult fish to these specific fertile locations. While direct observation of Goliath tigerfish spawning in the wild remains incredibly rare, largely due to the vastness and turbidity of its habitat, ichthyologists and researchers extrapolate much from the reproductive patterns of closely related cariciform species and observations of juveniles in these flooded areas. It is widely believed that the Goliath tigerfish, like many large freshwater fish, exhibits external fertilization. This means that the female releases her eggs directly into the water, and the male simultaneously releases his milt or sperm, allowing fertilization to occur freely in the aquatic environment. The adult tigerfish are thought to undertake migratory movements, often traveling upstream or into the flooded tributaries and plains, guided by the instinctual pull towards these fertile spawning zones. The journey itself, though perhaps not as dramatic as the oceanic migrations of some salmon, is a significant expenditure of energy, a testament to the biological urgency of reproduction. Once in the spawning grounds, the actual act of egg-laying is likely a swift and discreet affair, perhaps occurring at night or during periods of reduced visibility, further protecting the vulnerable process from opportunistic predators. A single female Goliath tigerfish, particularly a large mature individual, is capable of producing an astonishing number of eggs. This high fecundity, the production of many thousands, possibly even hundreds of thousands of eggs in a single spawning event, is a common strategy among fish species that exhibit no parental care. In a world teeming with predators where the vast majority of eggs and hatchlings will inevitably be consumed, sheer numbers become the most effective guarantee of species survival. The eggs themselves are likely small, perhaps a few millimeters in diameter, and may be demersal, meaning they sink to the bottom, adhering to submerged vegetation detritus or the substrate itself. This adhesion provides a degree of stability, preventing them from being swept away by currents and offering a minimal amount of camouflage amidst the riverbed's textures. Their color is probably a muted, earthy tone, perhaps pale yellow amber or translucent, allowing them to blend subtly into their surroundings. Once deposited and fertilized, the eggs begin their silent, delicate incubation. The duration of this period is largely dependent on water temperature. In the warm tropical waters of the Congo, development is relatively rapid. Scientists estimate that hatching could occur within a matter of days, perhaps 3 to 7 days, though this can vary. The newly hatched larvae, often referred to as fry, are tiny, translucent, and incredibly vulnerable. At this nascent stage, they possess a prominent yolk sac attached to their underside, a vital internal food reserve that provides sustenance during their initial days, allowing them to develop further before they need to actively forage. Their movements are weak and uncoordinated, subtle wriggles and drifts in the gentle currents of the flooded nursery. As the yolk sac is gradually absorbed, a profound transformation begins. The fry must now actively seek sustenance, and their diet shifts from internal reserves to the rich bounty of microscopic life in their shallow, warm environment. They begin to feed on zooplankton, tiny aquatic invertebrates, minute crustaceans, and larval insects, filtering these almost invisible organisms from the water. This initial diet is crucial for rapid growth, providing the energy needed to develop their skeletal structure musculature, and most importantly, their future predatory tools. Within a few weeks, the minuscule fry begin to resemble miniature versions of their formidable parents. Their bodies elongate gradually, acquiring the streamlined, torpedo-like shape. Crucially, the characteristic teeth, though still tiny and needle-sharp, begin to emerge, heralding their transition towards a carnivorous diet. As they grow, their diet shifts progressively towards larger prey. From zooplankton, they graduate to small insect larvae, then to tiny crustaceans, and eventually to the fry of other fish species, including sometimes their own smaller siblings, a stark reminder of the opportunistic nature of predation in the wild. The sheltered, food-rich environment of the flooded plains is critical during this juvenile phase. The dense vegetation offers protection from larger predators, while the abundance of small prey ensures rapid growth. As the juveniles grow larger, their scales begin to acquire the characteristic metallic sheen, and their fins develop the subtle reddish hues seen in adults. Their sensory systems, particularly the lateral line, become more refined, allowing them to navigate more effectively and detect prey with increasing precision. The growth rate of the Goliath Tigerfish is impressive, especially in its early years, driven by its high-protein diet and the warm, consistent temperatures of its habitat. Juveniles can grow several centimeters per month under optimal conditions. They gradually move from the shallower vegetated nurseries into deeper, more open waters as they increase in size and confidence, ready to assume their role as formidable predators. Sexual maturity is typically reached when the fish attains a certain size, rather than a specific age, though this is often correlated. Scientists estimate that Goliath tigerfish might reach sexual maturity between 3 to 5 years of age, by which time they have grown to a substantial length, perhaps around 60 to 90 centimeters, 2 to 3 feet. The lifespan of a Goliath tigerfish in the wild is another aspect that remains somewhat elusive due to the challenges of long-term observation. However, based on studies of similar large predatory freshwater fish and anecdotal evidence from long-term fishing records, scientists believe they can live for a considerable period, perhaps up to 10 to 15 years or even longer for exceptionally large individuals. This longevity allows them to reach their impressive sizes and to contribute to the reproductive cycle multiple times throughout their lives, cementing their role as a stable, long-term presence in the ecosystem. The challenges faced by the eggs and fry are immense. Predation pressure is constant and relentless from smaller fish, aquatic invertebrates, birds, and even other larger fish. Environmental fluctuations such as sudden drops in water level that can strand or expose eggs and fry, or changes in water quality due to heavy rainfall, also pose significant threats. Disease and parasites are ever-present dangers. It is a testament to the sheer volume of eggs produced that enough individuals survive to reach maturity, ensuring the continuity of the species despite these formidable obstacles. Thus, the journey from a microscopic fertilized egg to a colossal tooth-lined monarch of the river is a profound saga of growth, adaptation, and survival. It is a cycle intricately woven into the very fabric of the Congo, a delicate yet powerful rhythm that ensures the enduring legacy of the Goliath tigerfish. To contemplate this freshwater nursery, the fragile beginnings of such immense power, is to feel a quiet reverence for the life-giving forces of nature. A gentle rhythm that invites the mind to drift into a peaceful, quiet contemplation of life's endless continuation, easing the mind into deeper repose. Sensory adaptations for survival. Having journeyed through the Goliath tigerfish's life cycle from its delicate beginnings to its formidable maturity, our focus now drifts to an even more subtle yet profoundly critical aspect of its existence: how it perceives its world. For a predator, inhabiting the often turbid, fast-flowing depths of the Congo sight alone is insufficient. The Goliath tigerfish navigates hunts and survives through a symphony of specialized senses, each one a finely tuned instrument, allowing it to perceive the current, the subtle whispers of life, and the unseen vibrations that permeate its liquid domain. Imagine the underwater realm of the Congo, a world of shifting light, suspended sediment, and powerful unseen currents. Visibility can range from surprisingly clear in certain deep, calm pools to almost opaque in the main channels during periods of heavy rainfall. In such an environment, an apex predator cannot rely solely on visual cues. Instead, its survival hinges upon a remarkable suite of sensory adaptations, each one a testament to millions of years of evolutionary refinement, allowing it to construct a rich, multidimensional understanding of its surroundings. Perhaps the most crucial and distinctive of these adaptations is the lateral line system. This extraordinary sensory organ is a defining feature of fish and aquatic amphibians, a silent conduit to the subtle physics of water. Visualize, if you will, a faint, almost imperceptible line running along each flank of the Goliath tigerfish's powerful body, extending from its head to its tail. Beneath this external demarcation lies a complex network of canals filled with fluid and connected to the outside world through a series of tiny pores. Within these canals are specialized sensory cells called neuromasts. Each neuromast contains delicate hair cells topped with gelatinous cupullae. These hair cells are exquisitely sensitive mechanoreceptors. They respond to the slightest displacement of water, much like tiny seismographs detecting tremors. As water currents, pressure waves, or the movements of other organisms create disturbances in the surrounding water, these minute shifts in pressure cause the fluid within the lateral line canals to move. This movement in turn deflects the cupullae, bending the hair cells, which then generate electrical signals. These signals are transmitted to the fish's brain, providing it with a continuous real-time map of its hydrodynamic environment. For the Goliath tigerfish, the lateral line system is an indispensable tool for hunting. It allows the fish to detect the presence of prey even in complete darkness or in water so murky that visual perception is impossible. A school of smaller fish darting nervously through the current creates subtle pressure waves that radiate outwards. The tigerfish's lateral line system intercepts these waves, informing it of the prey's precise location, its speed, and even its approximate size and number. It can distinguish between the smooth, predictable flow of the river and the erratic, telltale disturbances created by living creatures. This allows it to orient itself for an ambush, to calculate the trajectory of its strike, and to launch its attack with astonishing accuracy, all without ever seeing its target. Beyond hunting, the lateral line is vital for navigation and obstacle avoidance. As the massive body of the tigerfish moves through the water, it creates its own pressure field. The lateral line helps it to sense the proximity of solid objects, submerged rocks, fallen trees, or the riverbank itself, by detecting the way these objects alter the water flow. This touch-at-a-distance sense allows it to swim safely through complex, cluttered underwater environments, preventing collisions and guiding its movements with an almost ethereal grace. It also plays a role in schooling behavior for younger tigerfish, allowing them to maintain their position relative to their conspecifics. While the lateral line provides an acoustic and tactile map of its immediate surroundings, the eyes of the Goliath tigerfish offer a visual window into its world. Positioned somewhat laterally on its head, they provide a wide field of view, crucial for scanning its environment. These eyes are large and prominent, often appearing as deep, dark pools, perfectly adapted for gathering what little light penetrates the dense canopy and the sediment-laden depths of the Congo. So they excel at detecting movement and contrast, which are critical for spotting prey against the often monochromatic background of the riverbed or the shimmering surface. The forward-facing component of its eye placement provides a degree of binocular vision, allowing for precise depth perception. This is especially important during the final moments of a strike, enabling the tigerfish to accurately judge the distance to its target before its powerful jaws snap shut. While its color vision may not be as developed as some terrestrial animals, its ability to discern subtle shades of light and shadow and to detect rapid motion makes it a formidable visual hunter when conditions allow. The unblinking stare of the tigerfish is not one of indifference, but of intense, constant vigilance, its ancient eyes ever scanning for opportunity. Beneath its formidable exterior, the Goliath tigerfish also possesses a keen sense of smell or olfaction. While less studied than its lateral line or visual systems, scientists believe that its nostrils located on its snout lead to olfactory rosettes containing specialized chemoreceptors. These receptors are capable of detecting minute concentrations of dissolved chemical compounds in the water. This sense of smell can be crucial for a variety of purposes, detecting the presence of potential prey from a distance, identifying the chemical trails left by other fish, or even discerning the presence of predators or conspecifics. It might play a role in locating spawning grounds, as many fish species rely on chemical cues to navigate to suitable breeding sites. Imagine the subtle, invisible currents carrying the faint scent of a distressed fish, a silent signal that draws the tigerfish towards its next meal. The sense of taste or gustation is also present in the Goliath tigerfish, though its role in active hunting is likely secondary to its other senses. Taste buds are not confined solely to the mouth. In many fish, they are also found on the lips' barbels, which the tigerfish lacks, and even on the skin. This allows the fish to taste its environment as it moves, providing additional information about the chemical composition of the water and the palatability of potential food items once they are in close proximity. While it won't be tasting its prey before the strike, it helps confirm the suitability of the meal. Finally, the Goliath tigerfish possesses a general sense of touch and proprioception, the awareness of its own body's position and movement. Its entire skin surface is sensitive to contact, and its powerful musculature and skeletal system are equipped with stretch receptors and other sensory organs that provide constant feedback to its brain about its posture, muscle tension, and the forces acting upon its body. This internal sensory map is critical for maintaining its hydrodynamic stability in strong currents, for executing precise turns, and for coordinating the powerful, explosive movements required for its predatory attacks. All these sensory inputs are not processed in isolation. They are integrated and synthesized by the tigerfish's brain into a coherent, dynamic understanding of its world. The brain acts as a sophisticated central processing unit, taking in the visual data, the hydrodynamic whispers from the lateral line, the chemical signals from its olfactory system, and the proprioceptive feedback from its body, weaving them into a rich, real-time tapestry of its environment. This integrated sensory perception allows the Goliath tigerfish to be an incredibly effective and adaptable predator, capable of thriving in a challenging and often unpredictable aquatic landscape. To contemplate these intricate sensory adaptations is to gain a deeper appreciation for the complex, often hidden ways in which life perceives its surroundings. The Goliath tigerfish, with its ability to feel the current sea motion in dim light and smell the whispers of distant life, is a living testament to the ingenuity of evolution. It is a profound reminder that beneath the surface, a world of invisible forces and subtle signals unfolds, guiding the lives of creatures with an ancient wisdom. As our minds gently explore these profound connections between sensation and survival, the quiet hum of understanding becomes a soothing presence, easing us into a peaceful, quiet contemplation of nature's endless wonders. ITS ecological role in river. Ecosystems, having quietly explored the intricate sensory world of the Goliath tigerfish, allowing our minds to perceive its environment through its unique adaptations, we now turn our gaze to a broader, equally profound aspect of its existence, its place within the grand interconnected web of life in the Congo River Basin. The Goliath tigerfish is not merely a formidable predator, it is an ecological linchpin, an undisputed apex predator, whose presence profoundly shapes the structure, health, and dynamics of the entire aquatic ecosystem. Its very existence is a testament to the delicate yet resilient balance of nature. Imagine the vast flowing waters of the Congo, a complex liquid landscape teeming with an incredible diversity of life, from microscopic plankton to colossal trees that line its banks. Within this intricate system, energy flows in a continuous multi-directional dance from the sun's light, captured by plants through various levels of consumers, and eventually back into the nutrient cycle. The Goliath tigerfish occupies the very pinnacle of this aquatic food web, a position that bestows upon it immense responsibility and influence. As an apex predator, its primary ecological role is that of a natural population regulator. Picture the vast schools of smaller characins, cichlids, and other medium-sized fish that form the bulk of its diet. Without the constant selective pressure exerted by predators like the Goliath tigerfish, these populations could potentially explode, leading to overgrazing of aquatic vegetation, intense competition for resources, and ultimately a degradation of the habitat itself. By preying on abundant species, the tigerfish helps to maintain a healthy balance, ensuring that no single species dominates to the detriment of others. It acts as a living, breathing mechanism of ecological control, preventing the system from becoming unbalanced. Furthermore, the Goliath tigerfish often targets the weaker, slower, or less agile individuals within a prey population. This selective predation is not arbitrary. It is a powerful force of natural selection. By removing individuals that are less fit, perhaps those carrying disease, those with genetic weaknesses, or those that are simply less adept at escaping, the tigerfish inadvertently strengthens the gene pool of its prey species. The surviving individuals are, by definition, the strongest, fastest, and most adaptable, ensuring that subsequent generations are more robust and resilient. In this profound, often brutal dance of life and death, the Goliath tigerfish contributes to the overall evolutionary fitness of the entire ecosystem, a silent sculptor of biodiversity. The presence of a top predator like the Goliath tigerfish also creates a phenomenon known as a trophic cascade. This concept describes how the actions of a predator at the top of the food chain can have profound cascading effects on every level below it, all the way down to the primary producers, the aquatic plants and algae. For instance, by keeping the populations of herbivorous fish in check, the tigerfish indirectly benefits the aquatic vegetation. If these herbivores were to become overabundant, they could decimate plant beds which are crucial habitats and food sources for countless other species, and which play a vital role in oxygenating the water and stabilizing the riverbanks. Thus, the tigerfish's predation helps to maintain the health and abundance of the foundational elements of the ecosystem. Moreover, the Goliath tigerfish contributes to nutrient cycling within the river. As it consumes prey, it converts biomass and energy from one trophic level to another. The waste products it produces, and eventually its own body when it dies, return vital nutrients to the water, where they become available for decomposers and primary producers. This continuous flow of energy and matter is essential for sustaining the productivity and vitality of the entire river system. It is a constant, subtle exchange, a quiet rhythm that underpins all life in the aquatic realm. The sheer size and power of the Goliath tigerfish also create a landscape of fear within the river. Its formidable presence influences the behavior of countless other species. Smaller fish, knowing that a colossal predator lurks in the depths, will often alter their schooling patterns, their foraging locations, and their activity times to minimize their risk of encountering the tigerfish. They might seek refuge in denser vegetation, avoid open water during certain periods, or become more vigilant in their movements. This behavioral modification, driven by the presence of a top predator, can have widespread effects on resource utilization and habitat structure throughout the ecosystem. It is a silent, pervasive influence that shapes the daily lives of countless creatures. The health of Goliath tigerfish populations is often considered an indicator of the overall health of the Congo River ecosystem. As an apex predator at the top of the food chain, it is particularly sensitive to changes in its environment. A decline in its numbers could signal underlying problems, such as a reduction in prey, fish populations' habitat, degradation due to pollution or sedimentation or disruptions to its breeding grounds. Conversely, a thriving population of Goliath tigerfish suggests a robust, well-functioning river system capable of supporting a complex and diverse array of life. It serves as a living barometer, silently reflecting the ecological integrity of its vast home. Its role also extends to maintaining biodiversity. By preventing any single prey species from dominating the tigerfish, inadvertently helps to preserve the diversity of other fish species. This ecological pressure fosters a richer, more varied community of life, where different species can coexist and occupy their unique niches without being outcompeted by an unchecked population. The intricate web of interactions, the delicate balance between predator and prey, ultimately leads to a more resilient and biologically rich ecosystem. Consider also the impact on the physical structure of the river. While not a direct shaper of geology, the movements of large fish like the Goliath tigerfish, particularly during migrations or intense hunting, can contribute to the subtle disturbance of sediments and the redistribution of organic matter, further aiding in nutrient cycling. Their presence in deep pools and fast-flowing channels helps to define these habitats as important zones of high biological activity. The Goliath tigerfish, therefore, is not an isolated entity. It is deeply interwoven with every thread of the Congo's vibrant ecosystem. Its strength and predatory efficiency are not merely individual attributes, but essential forces that maintain the delicate equilibrium of this immense freshwater world. To remove or significantly diminish its presence would be to unravel a crucial thread in this intricate ecological tapestry, leading to unpredictable and potentially devastating consequences for countless other species. Studying the ecological role of such a majestic predator also offers invaluable insights into the broader principles of ecology, food web dynamics, and conservation biology. It reminds us that every species, no matter how formidable or seemingly independent, is part of a larger interconnected whole. The health of the entire system depends on the health of its individual components, and the apex predators, often the first to suffer from environmental degradation, are vital sentinels of ecological well-being. As we quietly absorb the profound significance of the Goliath tigerfish's ecological role, feeling its immense influence permeate the very currents of the Congo, we gain a deeper appreciation for the intricate, often unseen forces that govern life on Earth. Its silent, powerful presence is a constant reminder of nature's elegant design, a profound whisper from the heart of the wild that invites the mind to drift into a peaceful, quiet contemplation of the interconnectedness of all living things, easing us into a deeper, more profound repose. Fishing and folklore. Having explored the profound ecological influence of the Goliath tigerfish, allowing its silent, powerful presence to resonate through the intricate web of the Congo, our journey now shifts, turning our gaze towards the complex, often intertwined relationship between this formidable creature and humanity. For centuries, the Hydrocynus Goliath has not merely existed in the depths, it has swum through the consciousness of the people who share its riverine home, weaving itself into their daily lives, their traditions, their fears, and their folklore. These encounters, whether through the ancient practice of fishing or the timeless art of storytelling, paint a vivid picture of a creature both respected and revered, feared and sought after. Imagine the quiet dawn breaking over the Congo, a soft, ethereal light slowly illuminating the mist rising from the water. A lone dugout canoe carved from the trunk of a mighty tree glides silently across the surface, propelled by the rhythmic dip of a paddle. For generations, the people living along the banks of the Congo and its tributaries have depended on the river for their sustenance, and the Goliath tigerfish, despite its fearsome reputation, represents a significant and highly prized catch. Its large size means a substantial amount of meat, providing vital protein for local communities. The methods of fishing for such a powerful and elusive predator have evolved over time, blending ancient wisdom with modern ingenuity. Traditional fishing techniques often involve robust, handcrafted nets carefully placed in strategic locations where the tigerfish is known to hunt, such as deep channels or areas with strong currents. These nets, often weighted and anchored, are designed to withstand the immense power of a struggling Goliath tigerfish, a testament to the local fishermen's understanding of their quarry. Spearfishing, especially in areas with clearer water, can also be employed, requiring immense skill, patience, and an intimate knowledge of the fish's habits. Imagine a fisherman poised motionless, his eyes scanning the depths, waiting for the telltale shadow to emerge from the murk before delivering a swift, powerful thrust. With the advent of modern fishing technologies, the pursuit of the Goliath tigerfish has also attracted sport fishermen from around the world. For these anglers, the tigerfish represents one of the ultimate freshwater challenges, a true trophy fish. The sheer power of its strike, the lightning-fast runs, and its ferocious fight make it an exhilarating, adrenaline-fueled experience. Anglers often employ heavy-duty fishing rods and reels, spooled with strong braided lines and armed with large, robust lures or live bait. The fight can be protracted and exhausting, a true test of strength and endurance, often lasting for many minutes, as the colossal fish battles against the line, leaping from the water in spectacular displays of raw power, its dagger-like teeth flashing in the sunlight. Catching a Goliath Tigerfish is not merely about the size of the fish. It is about the profound connection to the wild, the intense mental and physical challenge it presents, and the deep respect earned through such a formidable encounter. However, these encounters are not without their risks. The Goliath tigerfish, with its impressive dentition, is a dangerous creature, especially when thrashing wildly on a line or when brought into a boat. Fishermen must exercise extreme caution to avoid serious injury from its razor-sharp teeth. Stories abound of damaged equipment, snapped lines, and even serious bites, underscoring the formidable nature of the beast. These tales passed down through generations contribute to the tigerfish's legendary status, cementing its place as a creature to be approached with both reverence and extreme care. Beyond the tangible act of fishing the Goliath, tigerfish swims deep within the currents of local folklore and cultural narratives. For the indigenous communities along the Congo, it is more than just a fish. It is often imbued with spiritual significance, a symbol of power, ferocity, and the untamed spirit of the river itself. In some traditions, it might be seen as a guardian of the waters, a powerful entity that commands respect and demands offerings. Its formidable teeth, often collected, might be used in traditional ceremonies or worn as amulets believed to impart strength, courage, or protection against evil spirits. The very sight of its teeth can evoke a primal awe, a tangible connection to the raw power of the wild. In certain local legends, the Goliath tigerfish is sometimes depicted as a mythical creature possessing supernatural abilities or representing a potent force of nature. Stories might describe its ability to appear and disappear silently, to navigate invisible currents, or to exact revenge on those who disrespect the river. These narratives are not merely fanciful tales. They serve important cultural functions, transmitting knowledge about the river's dangers, teaching respect for its powerful inhabitants, and reinforcing community values. They are woven into the fabric of daily life, shaping how people interact with their environment and its most formidable resident. The perception of the Goliath tigerfish by local communities is complex, a blend of respect, fear, and admiration. While its predatory prowess is acknowledged and sometimes feared, it is rarely viewed as an evil or malicious creature. Instead, it is seen as a natural part of the ecosystem, a powerful force that maintains balance. The indigenous knowledge surrounding the tigerfish, accumulated over centuries, is incredibly rich and detailed, encompassing its habits, its preferred habitats, and the best times and methods for its capture. This deep empirical understanding of the river and its inhabitants is a valuable cultural heritage passed down orally from elder to youth, ensuring the continuity of traditional practices and ecological wisdom. In recent times, the Goliath tigerfish has also gained international recognition through documentaries and media portrayals, often highlighting its monster status and its incredible predatory abilities. This exposure has brought both fascination and, at times, a degree of sensationalism. While it has raised awareness of this remarkable species, it is important to differentiate between scientific facts and exaggerated narratives, ensuring that the true ecological significance and cultural importance of the tigerfish are not overshadowed by mere spectacle. The economic impact of the Goliath tigerfish, while not on the scale of commercial fisheries for smaller, more abundant species, is still significant for local communities. Its meat provides a valuable source of income, supporting families and contributing to local markets. For sport fishing, the tigerfish attracts tourism, bringing in revenue that can support local guides, boat operators, and hospitality services, creating a direct economic incentive for the conservation of its habitat. This connection between economic well-being and the presence of a healthy tigerfish population underscores the importance of sustainable management practices. However, the increasing interest in Goliath tigerfish, both for sustenance and sport, also brings with it challenges. Unregulated fishing pressure, particularly with unsustainable methods, could potentially impact local populations. The balance between utilizing this valuable resource and ensuring its long-term survival is a delicate one, requiring careful management and a deep understanding of its life history and population dynamics. Thus, the encounters between humanity and the Goliath tigerfish are multifaceted, spanning the practicalities of survival, the thrill of sport, and the rich tapestry of cultural storytelling. It is a relationship shaped by mutual existence, where the silent, powerful presence of the fish evokes both a primal respect and an enduring fascination. As we allow our minds to gently explore these intricate connections, feeling the quiet pulse of human interaction with the wild, we drift deeper into a peaceful contemplation of how creatures of immense power can weave themselves into the very fabric of human experience, easing the mind into a profound and tranquil repose. Conservation, challenges, and threats. The very vastness of the Goliath tigerfish's realm, the immense flowing heart of the Congo, while offering a sanctuary of unparalleled biodiversity, also renders it susceptible to the encroaching shadows of change. Even for a creature of such profound power and ancient lineage, the delicate balance of its existence is not immutable. Whispers of human activity, subtle shifts in climate, and the relentless march of development now cast long, unsettling shadows across the water, threatening the pristine sanctuary that has cradled Hydrocynus Goliath for millennia. To contemplate these challenges is to acknowledge the fragile beauty of wild places and the quiet urgency of their preservation. One of the most pervasive and insidious threats to the Goliath tigerfish, and indeed to countless species within the Congo Basin, stems from the relentless degradation of its habitat. Imagine, if you will, the slow, systematic clearing of the colossal rainforests that once stood as an impenetrable emerald wall along the riverbanks. The ancient trees which once held the soil in their intricate root systems are now felled for timber, for agriculture, or for mining. With their removal, the land becomes vulnerable, exposed to the torrential rains that characterize the wet season. The rich red earth, once stabilized, now washes freely into the river. This influx of sediment transforms the very nature of the water. The crystal clarity that might once have graced certain stretches gives way to a persistent, opaque murkiness. Fine particles of silt and clay hang suspended in the water column, reducing light penetration, which in turn impacts the growth of aquatic vegetation, the very foundation of the food web for many species. More insidiously, this sediment gradually settles onto the riverbed, blanketing vital spawning grounds, smothering the delicate eggs of fish, and bearing the intricate microhabitats that support the invertebrates and smaller fish upon which the tigerfish ultimately depends. The gentle hum of life beneath the surface becomes muffled, diminished by this silent, suffocating blanket of earth. Parallel to this physical degradation is the equally concerning issue of pollution. The Congo Basin, while vast and remote in many areas, is not immune to the byproducts of human industry and burgeoning populations. Mines extracting precious minerals from the earth can release heavy metals and toxic chemicals into tributary streams, which then flow downstream, silently poisoning the very waters that sustain life. agricultural runoff laden with pesticides and chemical fertilizers washes from farmlands into the river, altering water chemistry, promoting harmful algal blooms that deplete oxygen and directly impacting the delicate physiological systems of fish. Domestic sewage, untreated and often discharged directly into the river, introduces pathogens and organic pollutants that further degrade water quality, creating zones of anoxia where life cannot thrive. Imagine the invisible currents carrying these toxic whispers, slowly eroding the health of the river, leaving behind a subtle yet profound wake of ecological imbalance. Perhaps one of the most direct and potentially devastating threats comes from the construction of large hydroelectric dams. While offering the promise of energy and development, these colossal concrete structures fundamentally alter the natural flow and ecology of the river. A dam acts as an impassable barrier, fragmenting the once continuous river system into isolated segments. For a migratory species like the Goliath Tigerfish, which scientists believe undertakes movements to specific spawning grounds, a dam can sever these ancient pathways, preventing adult fish from reaching their reproductive areas and trapping juveniles from dispersing. This fragmentation can lead to a decline in genetic diversity, isolating populations and making them more vulnerable to local extinctions. Beyond blocking migration, dams drastically change the hydrological regime. The natural rhythmic pulse of seasonal floods and low water periods, which is crucial for triggering spawning and creating the vital floodplain nurseries, is disrupted. Upstream of a dam, the river transforms into a vast, still reservoir, an entirely different ecological environment with altered temperatures, oxygen levels, and prey compositions. Downstream, the river's flow becomes artificially regulated, often leading to reduced water levels, altered sediment transport, and a loss of the dynamic, ever-changing habitats that characterize a healthy river. These profound alterations reverberate throughout the entire food web, unsettling the delicate balance that has evolved over millennia. Then there is the persistent pressure of fishing. For generations, local communities have relied on the Goliath tigerfish as a vital source of protein and income. However, increasing human populations coupled with a growing demand for fish can lead to unsustainable fishing practices. While traditional methods are often selective, the introduction of more efficient yet indiscriminate gear such as long gill nets or large seine nets can exert immense pressure on fish populations, including non-target species. Illegal fishing methods such as the use of poisons or explosives, dynamite fishing, are particularly destructive, indiscriminately killing vast numbers of fish, including juveniles, and causing irreversible damage to the aquatic habitat. The allure of the Goliath tigerfish as a trophy fish for sport anglers also adds a layer of pressure, particularly if catch and release practices are not strictly adhered to, or if the sheer volume of fishing effort increases beyond the population's capacity to replenish itself. The overarching spectre of climate change casts a long, uncertain shadow over the entire Congo Basin. Altered rainfall patterns characterized by more intense, unpredictable droughts or more severe, prolonged floods directly impact the delicate balance of the river. Extended droughts can lead to shrinking riverbeds, concentrating fish in smaller, hotter, and less oxygenated pools, making them vulnerable to disease and overfishing. Conversely, more extreme floods can sweep away eggs and fried disrupt nesting sites and alter habitat structures. Rising atmospheric temperatures can translate into warmer river waters, which can stress fish, reduce dissolved oxygen levels, and impact their metabolic rates, potentially affecting growth, reproduction, and overall survival. These subtle yet profound shifts in environmental conditions challenge the very adaptability of a species finely tuned to a specific ancient rhythm. A significant challenge in addressing these threats lies in the sheer vastness and often remote nature of the Goliath tigerfish's habitat. The Congo Basin spans multiple nations, many of which face socio-economic challenges, political instability, and limited resources for conservation enforcement and scientific research. This makes it incredibly difficult to implement and monitor effective conservation strategies across such a colossal and complex landscape. There is a profound lack of comprehensive data on Goliath tigerfish population sizes, precise migratory routes, and specific breeding behaviors, making it challenging to assess the true extent of population declines or to design targeted conservation interventions. The silent disappearance of individuals or the subtle thinning of populations can go unnoticed for too long in such an immense and largely unstudied environment. The reliance of local communities on river resources, often driven by poverty and a lack of alternative livelihoods, creates a complex human dimension to conservation efforts. Sustainable fishing practices and habitat protection must go hand in hand with community development initiatives that offer viable economic alternatives and empower local people to become stewards of their natural resources. Without addressing the socio-economic realities, conservation efforts risk being undermined by the daily imperative of survival. In essence, the Goliath tigerfish, despite its fearsome power, is a vulnerable giant, its future inextricably linked to the health and integrity of the Congo River system. The shadows in the water are not merely reflections of clouds. They are the tangible manifestations of human impact and global environmental change. To protect this magnificent creature is to safeguard one of Africa's most vital freshwater ecosystems, to preserve a living legacy of evolution, and to ensure that the ancient whispers of its power continue to echo through the depths for generations to come. As we allow our minds to gently explore these profound challenges, feeling the subtle weight of responsibility and the quiet urgency of preservation, we drift deeper into a peaceful, quiet contemplation of nature's delicate balance, easing us into a tranquil, thoughtful repose. Unanswered mysteries and future research. As the shadows of conservation concerns gently recede, leaving behind a quiet contemplation of vulnerability, our journey through the world of the Goliath tigerfish now drifts into the realm of the unknown, the profound silence of what remains unrevealed. Despite its formidable presence and its iconic status, Hydrocynus Goliath remains in many ways an elusive enigma, a creature whose deepest secrets are still held tightly within the vast, mysterious embrace of the Congo. The whispers of the deep speak not only of what we have learned, but of the countless questions that continue to echo through the scientific community, inviting further exploration and sparking a quiet, enduring curiosity. Imagine, if you will, the sheer scale of the Congo River Basin, a liquid wilderness so immense and often impenetrable that much of its aquatic life, particularly its largest and most powerful inhabitants, remains largely unobserved in its natural state. While we have pieced together a compelling narrative of the Goliath tigerfish's anatomy, its predatory prowess and its ecological role, many crucial details of its life cycle, its behaviors, and its true population dynamics are still veiled in the murky depths awaiting the patient gaze of future research. One of the most profound and persistent mysteries revolves around its reproductive cycle. While scientists theorize that spawning occurs during the wet season in flooded plains, and tributaries direct confirmed observations of the actual act of spawning in the wild are exceedingly rare, almost non-existent. We do not precisely know the specific environmental cues that trigger this vital process, beyond the general rise in water levels and temperature shifts. Where exactly are these freshwater nurseries located? Are there specific types of vegetation or substrate that are preferred for egg deposition? What is the precise duration of the incubation period in nature? And what are the exact conditions, such as oxygen levels and pH, required for optimal egg development? The very first moments of a Goliath tigerfish's life, from the delicate fertilization of an egg to the emergence of the vulnerable fry, largely remain a quiet, unwritten chapter in its grand story. Furthermore, the early life stages of the Goliath tigerfish are shrouded in considerable mystery. How do the tiny, translucent fry navigate their initial days? What are their precise dietary shifts as they grow from microscopic plankton feeders to nascent predators? What are the specific survival rates during these highly vulnerable stages? And what are the primary threats they face in their hidden nurseries? Understanding these delicate beginnings is not merely an academic pursuit. It is fundamental to effective conservation, as it allows us to identify and protect the critical habitats where the next generation must take root. Another significant, unanswered question pertains to the migratory patterns of the Goliath tigerfish. Do these colossal fish undertake extensive long-distance movements across the vast network of the Congo Basin for spawning, feeding, or seasonal refuge? If so, what are the precise routes they follow, the distances they cover, and the environmental cues that guide these epic journeys? Are there critical bottlenecks or corridors that are essential for their movements? And how might these be impacted by human infrastructure such as dams, which we discussed in the previous chapter? The ability to track such powerful fish across their immense habitat would unlock a wealth of knowledge revealing the true scale of their home range and the interconnectedness of their populations. The social behavior of adult Goliath tigerfish also remains largely speculative. While they are generally considered solitary apex predators, especially when fully grown, are there more subtle forms of interaction that occur? Do they establish and defend territories? How do they communicate with one another, if at all, across the vast, often dark stretches of the river? Do they aggregate in specific areas during certain times of the year? Perhaps for feeding frenzies or during periods of environmental stress. Even the nature of their interactions with other large predators such as crocodiles or larger catfish is poorly understood, often relegated to anecdotal accounts rather than systematic observation. Precise data on the lifespan and growth rates of Goliath tigerfish in the wild are also scarce. While estimates exist derived from captive specimens or from the analysis of scales and otoliths ear bones in captured individuals, these methods often provide approximations, a more comprehensive understanding of how rapidly they grow, how old they become, and how these factors vary across different regions of their habitat would provide critical insights into their population dynamics and resilience. Imagine the wisdom held within the growth rings of an ancient tigerfish, a silent chronicle of its journey through the river's ebb and flow. Perhaps the most critical mystery from a conservation perspective is the true status of Goliath tigerfish populations across its entire range. Are their numbers stable, declining, or increasing in different parts of the Congo Basin? Are there distinct genetic populations that are geographically isolated? Or is there a continuous interconnected meta-population? Without robust long-term monitoring programs, it is incredibly difficult to assess the impact of threats such as habitat degradation, pollution, and overfishing, making it challenging to implement effective targeted conservation strategies. The silent thinning of a population can go unnoticed for too long in such an immense and largely unstudied environment. To unravel these whispers of the deep, The future of research will undoubtedly rely on a combination of innovative technologies and dedicated long-term field studies. Advanced telemetry techniques such as satellite tagging or acoustic tracking could allow scientists to follow individual Goliath tigerfish for extended periods, mapping their precise movements, identifying critical habitats and revealing their migratory pathways. Imagine a tiny transmitter affixed to the powerful flank of a tigerfish, silently broadcasting its journey across thousands of kilometers, painting a dynamic picture of its life. Environmental DNA, or eDNA, offers another promising avenue. By analyzing minute fragments of DNA shed by organisms into the water, from scales, mucus, or waste, scientists can detect the presence of Goliath tigerfish without ever needing to see or capture the fish itself. This non-invasive technique could revolutionize our ability to map their distribution, assess their presence in remote areas, and even provide rough estimates of population abundance, offering a powerful tool for monitoring and conservation. Underwater robotics and remote camera systems capable of operating autonomously in deep, turbid waters for extended periods could finally provide those elusive direct observations of spawning behavior, social interactions, and hunting strategies that have long eluded human eyes. Imagine a silent, submersible drone patiently observing the hidden rituals of the river, capturing footage that could unlock centuries of mystery. More extensive genetic research using advanced genomic sequencing techniques could provide a deeper understanding of population structure, genetic diversity, and the evolutionary history of the Goliath tigerfish. By comparing the genetic material of individuals from different regions, scientists could identify distinct populations that require separate conservation management or uncover hidden cryptic species that have yet to be formally described. Finally, the invaluable traditional ecological knowledge held by local communities must be integrated into future research. Generations of fishermen and river dwellers possess an intimate empirical understanding of the Goliath tigerfish's habits, its seasonal movements, and its role in the ecosystem. Collaborating with these communities, combining their ancient wisdom with modern scientific methodologies, offers a powerful pathway to unlock many of these mysteries and to foster sustainable management practices that benefit both the fish and the people who share its home. The Goliath tigerfish, with its profound power and its enduring mystery, stands as a living testament to the vast, unexplored wonders that still reside within our natural world. Each unanswered question is not a void, but an invitation. A gentle whisper from the depths that beckons us to look closer, to listen more intently, and to delve deeper into the intricate, awe-inspiring complexity of life on Earth. The journey of discovery, like the slow, relentless flow of the Congo itself, continues onward, promising further revelations about this magnificent freshwater monarch. And so, as we drift away from the deep, flowing heart of the Congo, where the formidable Goliath tigerfish holds its silent, powerful reign, let the profound rhythm of the river become your own. Just as the sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky with the last lingering hues of day, and the great waters settle into their nocturnal calm, so too can your mind find its quiet repose. The unseen depths where ancient creatures glide with an inherent wisdom begin to mirror the profound, unexplored landscapes of your own dreams, inviting a peaceful, effortless descent. Allow the powerful yet graceful presence of this river monarch to transform into a comforting guardian of your rest, its ancient vigilance now a gentle lullaby for your weary thoughts. Let the deep, calm currents of the Congo cradle your dreams, carrying you gently into the restorative, boundless embrace of sleep. May your slumber be as tranquil and profound as the unseen world beneath the water's surface. Sleep well, goodbye, and see you again.